There's some NBA rumors suggesting that the Oklahoma City Thunder are looking to trade up into the top four. And if you are the Chicago Bulls, do you listen to those offers? Do you decline those offers? Do you want to stand pat? Do the Oklahoma City Thunder have an offer the Chicago Bulls just can't refuse? We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to end today's show talking about Bleacher Report's coaching candidate rankings for the Chicago Bulls. Y'all know we're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you know you got to hear the music first. Cognac, gang. Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down for another episode over here on Shy Boys Podcast, man. We are on our road to 10K. So if you got the time, and I know you got the time, go ahead and follow the two-step process. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Now, yesterday, I did a lot of talking about the cap space and how the Chicago Bulls can go out there and make trades and be creative. And I honed in more specifically on the Oklahoma City Thunder and Cason Wallace. If you can go, if you missed that video, go back, check it out. I just threw my thoughts out there, and hopefully that I can hear from you all. But now there are rumors that's kind of in line with the conversation of what should the Chicago Bulls do with the number 4 pick. A lot of us have the mindset, hey, you can't go wrong at number 4. If you do move, just move up and go and get your guy. If you believe that AJ, Darren Peterson, or someone else and Cam Boozer is your guy, or just stand pat and wait to said basketball players falls into your lap, because you can't go wrong with either of those guys. But with so many rumors, and now we being closer and closer to the NBA draft, which is literally under a month away, now we're hearing that there's belief around the league the Oklahoma City Thunder may be looking to getting into the top 4 of this draft by packaging their 2 first-round picks in this year's draft to move up in that range. According to Brett Siegel from Clutch Points, and I'm just pulling just a little tidbit out of the entire article. If you want to check the article out, go over there. It's a solid article. But Brett Siegel said this. 2 executives who spoke with Clutch Points envision Sam Presti attempting to use both picks along with other assets to try and trade up into the lottery, possibly as high as the top 4 to pursue Cam Boozer. Now, those are just rumors, so we're going to take it with a grain of salt. But it does have me legitimately asking a question. I would love to know you guys' thoughts. Can the Oklahoma City Thunder call the Chicago Bulls and make them an offer they can't refuse? Currently, as it stands, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they have picks 12 and 17 in this year's draft, and we don't even have to look up how many draft picks they have in the future, because Sam Presti is the mastermind that's running NBA front offices in this league as we are currently talking about it. Me, personally, I don't want the 12th and the 17th pick. That's just me. I'm good on that. And it will be an enticing package that you could potentially get from them, moving as far back as 12 all the way up to number 4. You could potentially get a quote-unquote haul. But, man, look, I'm not going to act like I'm a mind reader. I'm not going to act like I'm a fortune teller and can see the future. I just don't think right now, as it currently stands, I have the cojones to bank on future first-round picks like, let's say, 2027 to say that one of those players are going to be better than a Caleb Wilson, a Cam Boozer, and that same pick, depending on if it's unprotected or protected, which is most likely not, depending on which pick you get. Maybe you get something that's from another team that OKC got. You know what I'm saying? Get a favorable pick that'll matter for you. But I don't think you'll be in this range again next year. I think that you have to take advantage of the opportunity that's right in front of you. And sometimes greed can lead to your demise. Now, if OKC want to move up to 15 from 17, have at it. I'm with all type of conversations with that. But at number 4, I just believe the Chicago Bulls should stand pat. And that includes trading up. I don't want to be in a situation, and I've been saying it for the last few weeks, if you've been following along correctly. I don't want to mortgage future assets to move up. I believe you can't go wrong if Darren Peterson somehow, some way slips, if Cam Boozer is there available for you, if Caleb Wilson is there for you to take. I believe you can't go wrong with any of those guys. I have no interest in trading the number 4 pick. You were slotted to be around 9 and 10 before the lottery. Take the win, move on. But there will be something I have to ask. Yesterday I mentioned, and this is us just having this conversation, man. Yesterday I mentioned Cason Wallace could be somebody the Chicago Bulls can get creative with their salary cap. Let's say, for the sake of discussion, an offer looks like this. The Bulls receive Cason Wallace, 12 and 17, and a first-round pick next season. I can't lie, y'all. That is very intriguing, man. That's a strong offer. Not even lying to you. And that's me probably playing a little bit of 2K, but it's okay. This is why we're having these conversations, because we don't know how the NBA draft is going to play out. We don't know what's going on in the quote-unquote war room of the NBA draft, and with Bryson Graham and his team and how they're evaluating all this stuff. We don't know. Anything can happen. I think sometimes it's okay to just do the safe thing. But I've been in this position before to where I've seen teams that I root for. I have the belief they should just do the safe thing, and they completely go off the rails or completely flip the script on everybody. No matter how hard you scout, sometimes you just don't know, because teams blow smoke up other teams' ass all the time. It's just how, in keeping it consistent with OKC, it's just how they got Alex Caruso and just how they got Jared McCain. It's crazy work, right? But man, it's definitely some stuff, and I'm looking at it, man. I just don't see too many franchise changing players that'll be in that, at that back half. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe a team of solid role players, but that doesn't move me. A guy like Caleb Wilson can definitely come in here and be an all-star. A guy like Cam Boozer can definitely be an all-star. A guy like Darren Peterson can definitely be a superstar. And the same thing could be said for Caleb Wilson at this particular moment in time, before we even get an opportunity to see that. But it's just one of those things, and it's going around Bulls Nation right now, to where some people, they're taking shots at others because they had the belief of not moving out of 4 and just don't entertain anything OKC is doing. That's the side I'm on. But I don't think that we should be receiving shots for saying, no, we're good. Like, I understand that we want to kind of fast track this thing, but I believe you're not going to be in this position next year. I can be wrong, but this is just early projections. You're not going to, I don't believe, with the changes to the draft lottery and what's going to happen with that, I don't believe that the Bulls, if they finish at the 9th or the 10th spot last year, that they're going to get a shot next year at 4 again. So you go and take one of these franchise-altering players, and you let somebody else take those 2 second-round picks. It sounds crazy, but you allow somebody else to take those 2 second-round picks instead of saying, hey, we're going to move all the way back to 12, select that 12, select that 15, select that 17, and potentially have a team of role players. You never know how players are going to develop. I know somebody's going to say that, and I will agree with you, but I'd rather have a chance on a high ceiling guy or high ceiling guys to come up in here versus trying to just figure it out, man. But that's why they get paid the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they get paid the big bucks. I let you know where I stand with it. Let me know where you stand with it. If OKC came to you, is there an offer that you can't refuse? Give me SGA. Just kidding. We know it's not going to happen. Give me J-Dub. Just kidding. We know it's probably not going to happen. But hey, I've seen crazier things in my life. It's okay, man. Now let's move on to the last topic of the day. And make sure y'all drop those comments down below. Now, Bleacher Report ranks Bulls coaching candidates, man. They came out and they dropped a list of 5 names and they ranked them from 1 through 5 for the Chicago Bulls open position for the head coaching job. We know that we getting over Billy Donovan. We are ready for change. We got a new front office. We are ready for a new head coach in Chicago. So this is how Bleacher Report laid out their rankings. At number 1, they had Sean Sweeney, currently with the San Antonio Spurs. Definitely mentioned a lot about him and his background, starting as a video coordinator and how he spent time with Jason Kidd in Milwaukee and Dallas, and then ultimately ended up in San Antonio. Number 2, they have Micah Nori, who is currently with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and mentioned how his work with Mike Malone, Chris Finch, and Dwayne Casey have all contributed to him being a solid candidate for the Chicago Bulls. Then they all at number 3, they mentioned Chris Quinn because of his long history with the Miami Heat and that culture that is present with the Miami Heat. They then at number 4, they have Dave Bliss, who worked under Scott Brooks in OKC, went to the Knicks, and then returned back to OKC to work under Billy Donovan and now Coach Dagnall. Then at last, which I don't even know why they threw him on there. It's no shade to the guy. It's just he's not high on my list, but it's not saying he'll be bad. But James Borrego, and they admit they really harped on him having prior head coaching experience. So that's your top 5 ranking from Bleacher Report with a little bit of reasoning why you want to check that out. Head over there and check it out. Solid article. Not even going to hold you. But Sean Sweeney at 1, Michael Nori at 2, Chris Quinn at 3, at 4, Dave Bliss, and at 5, James Borrego. Now you know we cannot end this episode without me giving my top rankings for the head coaching candidates. Now, that was a long list that came out. We already know what that is, but you know what I'm saying? We heard some confirmed stuff, you know? So I have a list, and I'm just going to go out there, throw it out there, and y'all respond and let me know how you guys are feeling about Bobby's coaching candidates list. All right. At number 1, I have Tiago Splitter. And the reason I have Tiago Splitter is because we have proof of concept, proof of work. And that was just this past season with the Portland Trailblazers. Obviously, you want to see a little bit more, but I think there is something that we should be holding to a high regard on how he literally had to work himself in, you know what I'm saying, work himself through that situation pertaining to Chauncey Billups, and to a great point that me and Hayes, we discussed on Locked On Bulls yesterday, is saying he went through the entire training camp as an assistant and had to adjust to be the head coach throughout the season and got them to the playoffs. Number 2, Micah Nori. The reason I have Micah Nori out there is proof of work as well. A couple years ago, we seen Chris Finch, head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, get injured and in a playoff series versus Denver, Micah Nori was able to lead that team to a series win and has a long track record of being around some solid coaches like Chris Finch, alongside Dwayne Casey, alongside Mike Malone. Very impressive. Number 3, Sean Sweeney. I love the track record of him getting his start off as a video coordinator, but then also being around a feisty young team like the San Antonio Spurs in an organization like the San Antonio Spurs. And I'm pretty sure he's probably sat down with one of the greatest coaches of all time, Greg Popovich. And I just think when he's on the bench, He talking his stuff. I just see it. They lean on this guy, and here's a reason why he's worked himself up into this point. So that's number 3. Number 4 and number 5 are interchangeable, and that will come with Chris Quinn and Johnny Bryant. And I think that I have those guys interchangeable. It's just no shade to him. I just think the other guys are better, and I don't think Chris Quinn or Johnny Bryant, I'll put it on wax. Fuck it. I'll put it on wax. At number 4, I'll go with Chris Quinn. And the reason I'm going to go with him is because working with a coach that I really, really like as an NBA fan, and Eric Spoelstra, and you bringing that culture and being his lead guy for the last few seasons speaks volumes to me. And then at 5, I'll put Johnny Bryant right there. He does have a track record with some of the places that he's been and has worked under Tom Thibodeau as well. Somebody that we love in Chicago. And yeah, I'm not gonna hold Johnny Bryant to the stupid ass comments that Kenny Atkinson blurted out his mouth during his last playoff series versus the New York Knicks. That was absolutely absurd and stupid. But I'm not holding Johnny Bryant to that. But that's my 5. Tiago Splitter, Micah Nori, Sean Sweeney, Chris Quinn, Johnny Bryant. Y'all let me know y'all top. You don't have to give a whole list, but go ahead and let me know who you guys have on your radar, or if you have multiple, rank them. If you have a top guy that you will love, drop that in the comment box down below. But hey, man, that is it for me today, y'all. I appreciate y'all for the continued support, man. We are getting closer and closer to our goal of hitting 10K subscribers. And y'all can go out there and continue to help and support us by doing so. Simple 2-step. Like button and subscribe to the channel, man. We appreciate y'all over here. Make sure you always see red. This offseason has been fire, and it's going to continue to be ablaze. And that is it, man. Y'all already know. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace. Cognac. Gang.